The Federal and Francis Xavier Engineering College jointly present the Nellai Marathon 2024. This event is powered by Little Flower Public School and NIMS Hospital, Tirunelveli. Run for Health on Sunday, December 29. Entry is free and all are welcome.
Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has laid the foundations for India's AI transformation plan. For realizing the vision of make AI in India and make AI work for India, we could solve for the diversity and variety that we see in India. I think the way prompt engineering has turned the job market isn't as big as it was expected. Suggesting that Zoho would eventually be called not as a software as a service company, but as an AI as a service company.
It makes sense, right? So,
No, how serious are the jobs? The Goldman Sachs reports that 300 million jobs will be taken over because of AI.
it's not AI that is going to take her job. It's somebody with access to AI that is going to take her job.
Hello and welcome. Joining me is Zoho's AI talk was Ramprakash Ramamoorthy. Ram, wonderful to have you here. Thank you very much for your time.
Pleasure is mine. Thank you.
So, we've heard a lot about AI this year. I want to begin from scratch. What exactly is artificial intelligence and how does it actually differ from, machine learning, deep learning, and generative AI?
Well, so traditionally, if you've seen computer programming, we had a lot of rules. There are engineers, programmers, developers who actually codify these rules. And that's how we build software. But now, here is this new generation of technology where it says you just give me the samples. I will extract the rules from it. And this is broadly AI. And this has been around since the 1960s. But three reasons it has gotten really big right now. One is the cheaper data collection sensors. All of us have a smartphone, smartwatch with us. And the smartwatch keeps tracking my heart rate, my steps, my sleeps, whatnot. So your data collection sensors have become incredibly cheaper. One. Two, your data processing, thanks to the cloud, has come close to zero, right? So there's infinite computing power out there and you can keep scaling up as you want. And three, the revenue models around data. So we don't pay for our search engines, we don't pay for our social networks. So at the start of this decade, sometime around 2020, all these three things came together and led to this whole AI thing. I mean, you could call it ML, you could call it machine learning, deep learning, generative AI, but the broader umbrella is AI. And there are some models that work on statistics, they are called machine learning model. There are some models that work on images, deep learning models, where, let's say, how do you look at this and say, is it a picture of a cat or a picture of a dog? And you cannot write a formula to it. You cannot say if the 33rd pixel is black, this is going to be an image of a cat. So instead, you let the model convolute through the image and learn. So these are deep learning techniques. And then there are generative AI techniques, which again use a ton of data, use a ton of compute, but they are able to create content. They are able to write essays, they are able to write code, they are able to generate images, generate music and whatnot. So this is where we are. As we stand today, computing has got infinitely cheaper. Data is on the rise. The rise of revenue models around this data has added more value to collect data, process it, and get intelligence out of it. So AI as the broader umbrella term, we see machine learning, deep learning, generative AI coming to all aspects of our software usage, be it consumer software, be it enterprise software. I mean, if you think about it, 10 years back or 15 years back, cloud it seemed like magic. I mean, how do we migrate all of these to the cloud? But today, cloud just works. I mean, you don't know where your servers are, but 99.99% uptime is guaranteed in almost any cloud service provider that you use. So eventually, we will see AI going there. Intelligence will be a part of all the software tools that we use, be it consumer or enterprise.
Do you see any parallels between the current AI market and how it has been a couple of years back with cloud computing, social media and search engines?
Yeah. I mean, this is like an evolution of any other piece of technology that we have seen. First, there is a lot of startups coming in and trying to do something. We saw that in the mobile wave. We saw that in the cloud wave. We even saw that in the whole software wave. I mean, a lot of investment going in and then a massive consolidation coming in. For example, I would always draw a parallel to mobile apps. If you think about it, consumer mobile apps were the norm. 15 years back, we didn't get any enterprise work done on mobile.
That's right.
But a lot of it were consumer mobile apps. Today, a lot of enterprise work also happens on mobile, right? So enterprise has this late mover advantage where they look at the learnings and pitfalls from the consumer tech and eventually imbibe that all in and bring that to enterprise. So that is where we are seeing the AI wave as well. So we saw a lot of AI in the consumer world. The first set of AI use cases came from movie recommendations, social media content recommendations, and talking to your phone, talking to your TV remote. But now is the time that enterprise AI has started along. Can I predict how soon can I close this deal? What is the best time to contact this person? Or am I going to lose this deal? Or is there an escalation coming in very soon? Is my server going to break in the next 2 weeks? So you can predict these early. So enterprise, with its typical late mover advantage, as we have seen in the waves in the past, has started getting into the AI wave. And we are also seeing massive consolidation. Lot of fledgling startups, which were features masqueraded as products, features masqueraded as companies, are now getting consolidated. This is where we see this going.
That's pretty interesting, actually, what you're saying. So are we suggesting that Zoho would eventually be called not as a software as a service company, but as an AI as a service company?
Hell, I mean, hype makes headlines, right? So, no, see, I'll tell you something. The way we see technology is very different. If you take a couple of steps back and think about AI per se, or think about the evolution of any field. Let's talk about the music industry. What started off with vinyl records, became cassettes, became MP3 CDs, became downloaded MP3, now is streaming. What started with films, like film tapes, became VHS, became CDs, became downloaded movies, now streaming. The same way what started with SaaS. We started shipping out software in floppy disks, and now it became CDs, then it became downloads. In fact, in the earlier days, our sister division Manage Engine, one of the advantages that we used to mention in our website is easier to download tools, because bandwidth was a premium back then. But now we are streaming software across verticals. So this is how it has evolved. But in all these three evolutions, if you see, it was the distribution that changed. The time taken to create software, the time taken to create music, the time taken to create movies was a constant. Of course, there were 10% improvement across the stack because of toolings, because of environmental changes, because of infrastructure, better cameras, better lighting, faster to do stuff and all that. But today, we are entering an age of creation where your AI can generate code, your AI can generate music, your AI can generate content, text, AI can summarize a lot of stuff. So this is the start of something really different. So should we call ourselves an AI company? No. I mean, we have seen so many waves like this, so many things that come and go. And we don't want to bet on a single tech. Yes, we take it very seriously. And the way we work is we try and build the long-term deep technical know-how. In fact, 2011, when I joined the company, it was a surprise to me personally that the company is not running on a public cloud. The company is trying to invest in its own data centers. It's trying to build a team of engineers who know how to run and maintain and deploy, right from the software security to managing the operating system that runs on these computers. This was a shocker to me. But now I realize that because we are running on our own metal, we have better control. We have the cost that we pass on to our customer is multitudes lower than running on a private cloud. The privacy and security aspects that we bring to a table. Today, Zoho's strong differentiator is privacy. So we continue to play the long game. Our goal is to help enterprise and business users solve their problem with whatever new technology that could come in the way. So AI is one such thing. The platform is one such thing. The security and privacy aspects is one such thing. The data sovereignty in which we invest in our own data centers and continue building that stack is one such thing. So among the 10 other things, AI will be a key piece. That will be the mode.
That's right. So there are widespread concerns around jobs, right? I mean, we spoke to a lot of economists. They continue to bring in comparisons between the Luddite movement in the United Kingdom back in the 19th century. Yeah. So I think, how serious are these jobs? The Goldman Sachs report said 300 million jobs will be taken over because of AI.
Right.
And what are the sectors, if you could particularly say, would be drastically affected because of AI?
Yeah, as they say, it's not AI that is going to take our jobs. It's somebody with access to AI that is going to take our jobs. But the way I see is, generally we've had, historically, we've had things like telephone switching. That's an interesting story I read upon where, how did we, it was actually a competition that gave birth to automatic telephone switching. So there was a funeral service and typically women were employed in these telephone switching centers And the wife of one of the funeral service persons was redirecting all their leads to themselves. So the competitor got agitated. So he created the automatic switching system. And typically the way we have seen that industry evolve with, it's for young women who come into work and do the telephone switching jobs. A lot of jobs were lost. But because of that, look at how many jobs the internet has created.
That's right.
Look at how computer has things. So certain job roles could become redundant, but it's important for any employee, be it a content creator or be it somebody working in the back office, especially knowledge workers. If your job has something redundant, then AI could potentially do something about your job. But even then, it's not going to completely replace you. It's going to take 10% of what you do and do it 10x better.
Okay.
So it's important to be aware how this will impact your role, will impact your business. So the crypto wave didn't affect us much.
That's right.
The EV wave, ask Tesla, ask Toyota how it affected them.
Yeah.
Think of something like the music streaming wave, ask somebody like Sony that how it affected them. So yes, certain job roles are going to become redundant, but it's going to create a ton of opportunities. 10 years back, think of somebody hiring somebody as a social media strategist. That job role was inexistent. So we will have so many such new roles evolve. I'm sure we will do better things with AI.
Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman laid the foundations for India's AI transformation plan. In her budget speech last year, she said, "Make AI in India and make AI work for India." How do you see India's AI transformation? It's been 2 years since her statement, and what are the opportunities there for India? Because it's highly important for India not to miss the AI bus this time.
Yeah. So we are set up in a very good way to conquer this AI wave. Because if you see, the developed economies have the weight of legacy to carry forward with them. So we don't have to worry about how do we move our data from mainframes to, because we started off with 3G, we started off with Wi-Fi, we started off with cloud. So it's easier for us to ride this wave. And Nandan Nilekani had said in an interview that India is the use case capital of the world.
That's right.
And the bigger job of AI product managers is to find out where do we deploy AI. What is the right use case for AI? Okay, there is a chat GPT, there is a large language model. How do I build a user story around it? That seems to be the challenge. So India is rightly the use case capital of the world. And if we could solve for the diversity and variety that we see in India, I mean, every 200 kilometers we have a new dialect, every 500 kilometers we have a new language. If we could solve AI for India, we could solve AI for across the globe. And with our young population, with our go-getting attitude that we have, I think we are very well poised to become AI leaders. This shows, right? I mean, we see a lot of hardware, a lot of data centers opening up across India, a lot of hardware companies directly reaching out to Indian companies and working together. This is a very positive change that I see. And the basic levels of digitization have already started. I mean, you can go to UPI, go to a street vendor and start via UPI. And that essentially means we are bringing the next billion users onto digital platforms. And that makes us more digitally mature. And we are all set to become a very AI mature country.
Okay. You also see a rising demand for AI prompt engineers, right?
Yeah.
And they're getting a fat checks and, handsomely paid and all that. I'm not sure how many AI prompt engineers Zoho is hiring, but how do you see job prospects in India? Because reports say that India could actually play a pivotal role in this particular space.
Right. Again, the young workforce could be one of the bigger reasons that we could say this. And the way we can conquer dialects, the way we could, as a society, the way we are built, has a lot of conversations around us. So we are rightly posed to become prompt engineers. But I think the way prompt engineering has stirred the job market isn't as big as it was expected. Okay. Sometime around 2022, prompt engineering is the next big thing. Yes, even today, giving the right prompts helps you get better value out of LLMs. That's important. But as a dedicated job role, I haven't seen it evolve as much as it was. That's sure there are. So anybody who is using AI to build some code, to build some apps, they sure have to give the right prompts. But it's become one of the important skills of an engineer than a dedicated role. So prompt engineering as a skill has become important, but as a job description, as a standalone job description, I am really not sure that it has lived up to the hype.
That's right. Okay. So, what has been the coolest thing you've seen someone do with AI so far? And, we are heading into 2025. What are the AI trends that we should keep an eye out for?
Right. Like I said, the creator's economy, right? Creating something has become super easy. Imagine posting a picture on Instagram with the music that you created. So it's no longer a music clip from a movie, from the music director that you like, being a background to your life. So you create your own music, you create your own images. So the way I see it is, creating things has become hyper-personalized. Everything is going to become hyper-personalized. Your bank is going to give you hyper-personalized offers. My bank knows that I am probably who's interested in going a lot of trips. So I need something that gives me cheaper flights, cheaper hotels. There could be somebody else who needs, let's say, they use a lot of fuel, maybe cheaper fuel. So hyper-personalization of everything is coming.
That's right.
And this is the good part. The scary part is the rise of deepfakes.
That's right.
What was just for the celebrities, just for the political leaders, just for the CEOs of the company has started hitting closer home. So it's important for families to have secret code words. It could be me video calling my mom saying my phone ran out of battery. Can you transfer 5,000 rupees to this shopkeeper? My mom would gladly do it. Right? So creating deepfakes has become so easy with the advent of generative AI. So we should keep a tab on it. It's important to continuously educate families and the digital illiterates to make sure that they don't fall for such scams.
That's right.
So that is going to be the next important thing for the government and the cyber agencies to do. And also the other thing that I see is a lot of these things come at the cost of privacy. Right? My smartphone knows that I could be broke. My smartphone knows that I could potentially be diabetic, but my smartphone still pushes me to get that latest smartphone in the market. My smartphone still pushes me to order that milkshake 11 p.m. in the night and get it delivered to me in 10 minutes. So you see the challenge here. My data is my data and it's not working for me.
That's right.
And if you have the education, if you have the digital understanding, you know how to use it. But unfortunately, not a lot of us have all of this. So it's important to have laws. The DPDPA Act is a good start. It is important to continuously educate. Do not install any other apps from the App Store or from other than the App Store. Do not key in your credentials elsewhere. Do not attend or exercise your privacy controls in social media. They say just about 1 or 2 photos and about 1 minute of audio is enough to recreate a video of yourself saying things that you wouldn't usually say. So this digital literacy, education on privacy and security will be the next crucial thing for which all of us, academia, industry, the legal framework, the government, all of us should work together to ensure that people do this rightly.
That's right. Thank you very much, Ram. It was wonderful.
It was a pleasure
talking to you.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you.
The Federal and Francis Xavier Engineering College jointly present the LA Marathon 2024. This event is powered by Little Flower Public School and NIMS Hospital, Tirunelveli. Run for Health on Sunday, December 29. Entry is free and all are welcome.